All right, here we go. Wednesday. Go ahead and get out your homework. How are you guys doing? Okay, we had 2 through 26 evens. All right, number 2 is positive 256, or just plain 256. Number 4 is any number times 0 is 0, so 0. Number 6, negative 160. Number 8, negative 2,340. Number 10, negative 1,344. Number 12, negative 960. Number 14, 400. That's positive 400. Number 16, any number times 0 is 0. So if you got 4 numbers multiplied together and one of them 0, the answer is 0. Number 18, positive 1,120, or 1120. Number 20, negative 1,584. All right, number 22, combination of multiplication and addition subtraction. 22 is probably the hardest one. It's weird. For those of you that did not get this wrong or not get this correct, I want you to take a look at it. It should say parentheses negative 4 plus negative 5, close parentheses, and a negative 6. It sure looks like it's minus 6. It's not minus 6. It's times negative 6 because that negative is slightly above. This is kind of why I don't like this particular book this year. I wish we would use next year's notation. Next year they would put that negative 6 in parentheses so there'd be no confusion that there's multiplication. So both 22 and 24, it's really easy to get wrong because it looks like it's subtraction, it's actually multiplication. Long story short, number 22 is positive 54. 24 is negative 90. If you got either one of those wrong, take a look at the problems. All right, it's inside the parentheses, there's two things either added or subtracted. And on the outside of the parentheses, it's multiplied times on number 22, negative 6, and on number 24 times negative 3. All right, number 24 was negative 90, and the last one, number 26, was negative 2. Negative 2. 26 was a bit easier to understand, but 22 and 24 are really rough because of the notation. All right, I won't put one like that on the test. All right. Here's the calendar. We're on 11/6. We got 2 full weeks of class, and then we'll do a review that third week, and then we'll jump right into the finals. That Friday of the third week there on the calendar, that Friday, that will be your English final. Notice during that week that we're going to do 2 days of review, and then that fourth week, the one week that's not shown on the calendar right here, that fourth week will be completely finals. But remember, it's a 3-day weekend because of the holiday. So we'll have class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday will be the last day of the school year. And your schedule will be on Tuesday, it will be your science final. Wednesday will be your Latin final. Thursday will be your math final. And Friday will be your history final. All right. Also notice on this calendar on Monday, that's the Monday coming up, it will be a day off. No class on that day. It's District 49 said, well, let's all take a day off, get our heads together, and get ready for the semester finals coming up. All right, here's your homework. Copy it down. All right, today we're going to be doing quotient of integers, big fancy word for division, quotient, division. So we're going to be dividing integers. In other words, we're going to be dividing positive and negative numbers. All right, great news. Guess what? The rule is the same for multiplication. So the rule for multiplication is also the same rule for division, because remember, division is just the inverse of multiplication. Yes, that's right. The rule is the same for division as it is for multiplication. So what was that rule? Right? When we were multiplying signs that were the same, the answer is positive. When we were multiplying with different signs, the answer is negative. It's the same thing for division. So let's write this down. If the signs are the same, in other words, a positive divided by a positive, for instance, 8 divided by 2, both the 8 and the 2 are positive. Or a negative divided by a negative, same signs, right? A negative divided by a negative. For instance, negative 8 divided by negative 2. The rule is the same for multiplication. Therefore, the answer is positive, and you simply do 8 divided by 2. The answer is 4, both when it's positive or negative. Both 8 divided by 2 is 4, and negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4. Well, how about for opposite signs? In other words, a positive divided by a negative. For instance, 8 divided by negative 2. Or a negative divided by a positive. Negative 8 divided by positive 2. Well, the rule is the same for multiplication. When you're multiplying with opposite signs or you're dividing with opposite signs, the answer is negative. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, so the answer for both of those is negative 4. Does it make sense? All right, the rule for multiplication and division is the same. Same signs, the answer is positive. Opposite or different signs, the answer is negative. Now remember, there are two ways to write division. You can write division with the division symbol, or you can write division with a fraction bar. So let's look at examples of both. Okay, the top one there says 12 divided by negative 4. The bottom one says negative 4 divided by negative 2. You will see both of these tonight for homework. All right, so the signs remain, I should say the rule is the same as it is for division, for multiplication, sorry, in that if you have same signs, the answer is positive. That's what's written there in yellow. And if you have opposite signs, the answer is negative. So all you have to do is ask yourself, am I dividing same or different signs? Let's look at the top one. Are you dividing same or different signs? Well, I'm dividing with opposite signs, different signs. 12 is positive, the 4 is negative. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and since we have opposite signs, the answer is negative 3. That's literally how easy this is. The bottom one, are we dividing same or different signs? Well, the signs are the same, right? Both of them are negative. 4 is negative, 2 is negative. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the answer is positive 2. Now, I'm not going to put a plus 2 as the answer. I just write equals 2. Catching on? Yeah, it literally is that easy. All right, the top one there, negative 24 divided by negative 8. Same or opposite signs? Hey, the signs are the same, negative 24 and a negative 8. So you simply do 24 divided by 8, which is 3. And the answer is positive since the signs are the same. So equals 3. Done. Bottom one, 22 divided by negative 2. Hey, those signs are different. They're opposite of each other, right? 22 is positive, 2 is negative. It says the answer when you're dividing with opposite signs, the answer is negative. 22 divided by 2 is 11, so the answer is negative 11. Confident? All right, let's do something together. Here we go. All right, all you have to do is look and see if the signs are the same or they're different. The top one, the signs are different, right? 35 divided by 7 is 5, and since the signs were opposite or different from each other, the answer is negative 5. The bottom one, negative 27 divided by negative 9, the signs are the same. Negative 27, negative 9, two negatives, the signs are the same. 27 divided by 9 is 3, therefore the answer is positive 3 because the signs were the same. I think you guys can do 2 all by yourself. So go ahead and pause the video, do these 2 by yourself, and then answer the next question, question number 2 on the Google Forms for box 3. I'm betting that you guys all got it right. Breckton, first one, what'd you get? Breckton says positive 12. Anybody want to argue with him? Good, because 84 divided by 7 is 12, and since the signs are the same, the answer is positive 12. Now, I keep saying the answer positive 12. We would still just read this as equals 12. It wouldn't be wrong to say equals positive 12, but we're just going to get in the habit probably of not saying that. If we don't say it's positive or negative, then we assume that the answer is positive. If the answer is negative, we will say equals negative 12. In this case, it's not negative, it's positive. So we say equals 12. Bottom one. What do we got? Let's see. Kai, what do you got? Is it positive or negative? Kai says negative. Why is it negative? Oh, because the signs are opposite of each other. Notice 120 is positive. The 15 is negative. So the answer is negative. Well, now all we have to do is agree that 120 divided by 15 is 8, and that is correct. So the final answer, I know, Jaden, the final answer is negative 8. All right. Can this get any complicated? Oh yeah, it can. It can. Let's solve some equations. Remember solving equations? All right, let's solve some one-step equations involving negative numbers. So check this one out. So it says negative 2x equals negative 6. If I ask you to solve the equation, remember the steps for solving equations, right? Where's the variable? What side? Left or right side? What's attached to it? How is it attached? Do the opposite or the inverse, right? Well, take a look. Is 2 attached to x by subtraction or multiplication? Raise your hands. How many people say subtraction? 4 of you? How many people say multiplication? Most of you. Okay, so you are correct, most people. Yeah, it's not attached by subtraction, right? It's attached by multiplication, right? That's a negative 2 times x, right? So how do we get rid of multiplication? The inverse of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by the thing I'm trying to get rid of, negative 2. So notice I'm not going to use the division symbol. I'm going to use the fraction bar. It makes it so much easier. And notice I don't have to have extra space. I can literally write it right next to it. All right, what's any number divided by itself? That's correct, it's 1. So the negative 2 divided by negative 2 cancels. In other words, it turns into 1, right? 1 times x is x. And how about negative 6 divided by negative? No, it looks like what we just did, right? So we got same signs. Negative divided by negative is positive. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So therefore, x equals 3. Hey, you just did a one-step equation involving negative numbers. Let's do another one. What's attached to x? That's correct. How is it attached? That's right, it's attached by multiplication. So what are we going to do? We're going to divide both sides by the number we're trying to get rid of. And we're trying to get rid of negative 3. Negative 3 is what's keeping x from being all by itself. Okay? Negative 3 divided by negative 3 cancels. In other words, it turns into 1, right? Any number divided by itself is 1. 1 times x is x. How about 9 divided by negative 3? Now we have opposite or different signs. Therefore, the answer has to be negative, right? Positive divided by a negative is a negative. Therefore, the answer is negative 3. Feeling confident? All right, let's do one. All right, let's see. X is on the left side. What's attached to it? Negative 5. It's attached by multiplication. To get rid of multiplication, you divide. Let's divide both sides by the number I'm trying to get rid of, negative 5. So we're going to divide both sides, left and right, by negative 5. The negative 5s cancels. Why? Because any number divided by itself is 1. 1 times x is x. And now all we have to do is the other division there. Negative 55 divided by negative 5. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, right? So same signs, the answer is positive. And 55 divided by 5 is 11. There you go. All right. Go ahead and do this one all by yourself. This is box 5, question number 3. Answer that on the Google Forms. Okay, so let's see. Trying to get rid of 7. It's attached by multiplication. We're going to divide both sides by 7. Any number divided by itself cancels, right? Therefore, you get x equals, let's see, a negative divided by a positive is a negative, and 56 divided by 7, Leonie, is, that's correct, 8. But remember that we said the answer was going to be negative because a negative divided by a positive is a negative. Opposite signs. Did they get any more complicated than that? Oh yeah. So these are going to be the most complicated ones that we'll do. All right. So don't panic. We're just going to use order of operation PEMDAS. So it's kind of like what we did for adding, subtracting. The very last ones are, they just make it a bit more complicated, more operations to do. We still have the same rules, right, for multiplication. Now, we will have to do some adding, subtracting. So just remember the rules for adding, subtracting are not the same as for multiplication and division. So be careful. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's say we got some parentheses and division. And what comes first by PEMDAS or order of operation, parentheses come first. So I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first. Negative 24 divided by negative 2. So I have a negative divided by a negative. Those are same signs. So the answer is positive. 24 divided by 2 is 12. I already said the answer. And then lastly, we tack on that divided by 4. Make sure you understood what I just did there. See how I tacked on that divided by 4? Okay. Let's see. Now we got 12 divided by 4. Both signs are positive, so the answer is going to be positive because same signs. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that wasn't too bad. All right, let's do another one. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We got parentheses, we got multiplication twice, and then we got division once. So don't panic, just do order of operation. Order of operation says do everything inside parentheses first. That means all the parentheses first. So let's see. I'll just go from left to right with the parentheses. -4 times 20. Okay, those are different signs, opposite. Negative times a positive is a negative. And 4 times 20 is 80, so we get -80. Are we okay where I got that -80 from? Divided by, we got to do what's inside parentheses first. We can't do division. We can't do 80 or -80 divided by -2. We have to do what's inside that second set of parentheses first. -2 times -5. Those are same signs. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 5 is 10. So that leaves me with divided by 10. Notice that's going to be way different than dividing by 2. All right. Let's see. We got -80 divided by 10. So those are opposite signs. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. And 80 divided by 10 is 8. So -8 is the answer. Wow, that was a lot of work, right? All right, how about we do one together? All right, let's do one together. Okay, we got parentheses and we got division. So we're supposed to do what? Parentheses first by order of operation, PEMDAS. All right, 20 divided by -5. That's inside the parentheses first. 20 divided by -5. That's opposite signs. A positive divided by a negative, which is a negative. And 20 divided by 5 is 4, so we get -4. That's what the answer is to what's inside the parentheses. And then we tack on that other divided by 4. Okay? All right. Negative divided by a positive, those are opposite signs. The answer is negative. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so -1. -1. We okay? Feeling confident? Do one by yourself? All right, last one of the day. Go ahead and pause the video, do this one by yourself, and then put the answer in the Google form. How'd you do? All right, well, let's see. We got 2 sets of parentheses. We got to do that first. And we got multiplication going on inside and then division on the outside. So we'll do the inside the parentheses first, left to right. Let's see, -4 times -4. 2 negatives make a positive. That's going to give me 16. Second set of parentheses, -2 times 2. That's a negative times a positive. Those are opposite, so the answer is negative. So that's going to give me -4. That's going to give me -4. See what I did there? All right. Lastly, 16 divided by -4, that's opposite signs, so the answer is negative. 16 divided by 4 is 4, so the answer is -4. Wow, okay. How many people got that one right? Okay. Feeling confident for homework? Good, 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 good. All right, so here's your homework for tonight. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me for help via email. Be happy to. If you need more practice, I can also send you extra worksheets if you need more practice on that. Just once again, send me an email. But that'll do it for Wednesday. So good luck on your homework, and I'll see you guys on Friday.